Greetings and salutations everyone, Crimson Nero here, and welcome to Let's Play Sonic Adventure 2 Battle. Sonic Adventure 2 was originally released on the Dreamcast on June 19, 2001. It was then ported over to the GameCube on December 20th, 2001. It was then ported over to the PlayStation Network on October 2nd, 2012, and the Xbox Live Arcade on October 5th, 2012, and then Steam on November 19th, 2012. Anyways, let's select a story. We can either choose Hero or Dark. I'm going to choose Hero because I like Sonic, Tails, and Knuckles, and some of the characters on the Dark Side story, I don't even know who they are.
Sigma Alpha 2 heading due south over the city. We're en route. Everything's a go.
This is Control Tower. We have you on radar. Report cargo
Get some funky fresh bass up in here.
Over.
That's a 10-4. Cargo secured on board and... What? The
Didn't copy
head
that.
card is
Over.
gone. It's taken out everyone aboard and...
What's wrong?
What in the world?
Over.
Well, this game has started off on a strong note.
What are you doing? Get that hedgehog!
Talk about low-budget flights, no food or movies. I'm out of here. I like running better.
Classic Sonic. Now that's how you start a game. Well, for some games, a little bit more of a subtle and subdued and quiet intro is necessary, but for this game, it can be as bombastic and amazing as it wants to be because it's Sonic. Sonic doesn't have to play by your rules because he's super cool. Alright. Sonic Adventure 2. Sonic Adventure 2 is definitely a fan favorite among the Sonic community. It's one of my favorite Sonic games as well. Shoot, I didn't even get that ramp. Anyways, Sonic Adventure 2 is one of the fan favorite games of the Sonic franchise, and I will have to agree with them. I really enjoy this game. I think it's really fun, it's well made, story is really darn good, and the gameplay backs it up pretty darn amazingly. It takes everything that it had in SA1 and builds upon it. As you can see, we're playing a Sonic right now in a stage called City Escape, based on San Francisco, where the Sonic Team USA headquarters is located. And this stage, oh my goodness, this stage brings back so many memories, so much nostalgia, and honestly, the music in this game is so gosh darn good. If I start singing along, I think you can understand why. Because this song is just way too catchy. So really quick bit of information. The speed up track that you're listening to right now is actually called "It's Time to Speed Up Again," as a reference to that this is a sequel game to Sonic Adventure. So let me just say, I am very happy to be back to getting back to LPing. I have really missed it, actually. It's been about half a year since I finished up Kirby and Kirby Nightmare Dreamland. And I'm very sorry, everyone. Like, from the bottom of my heart, I'm very sorry that I've been away and busy and just I haven't really been heard of for almost half a year. I didn't plan on that. I thought I was going to have more time to actually record, but I didn't really get a chance to do that until right now. I mean, you understand, everyone is normally busy throughout most of the year with like school or their job or whatever sort of different appointments or different activities that they're a part of. Oh my goodness, that is a huge truck! Man, they're pulling out all the stops to get Sonic, but I'm not gonna let them touch me, haha. Okay, so let me just say I'm very sorry once again that I haven't been around for a while. I didn't plan on taking such a long break. It kind of couldn't really be helped. I needed to get things done that honestly were more important than LPing in a realistic term. Obviously, I love to LP, and I wish that I could do it on a day-to-day basis, but I can't really do that except for times where I'm on vacation or I just have a lot of free time. But for those of you who know my channel and have been around for a few years, you know that there have been times where I've taken long breaks, not necessarily on purpose, but because I've had things to do, and everyone can understand that.
This game of tag is boring. I'm out of here. Finally decided to show up, eh? Okay, bring it on.
Alright, our first boss of the game, F6T, Bigfoot. I have to say, this boss theme is pretty darn excellent. I remember humming along to this so much when I was a kid. Oh man. Anyways, strategies to beat this boss. You can either wait for him to lower himself down onto the floor, or if you want to speed things up a little bit, you can actually attack the cockpit by using these boxes right here. He only takes 4 hits to defeat. Not that big of a deal. I mean, it is the intro boss, so really, what do you expect? But yeah, using the homing attack is a very good way of taking care of this boss. So Sonic Adventure 1 Sonic Adventure 1 and Sonic Adventure 2 are very, very similar to each other. Sonic Adventure 2, basically, they took a lot of the core aspects of Sonic Adventure 1 and then built upon them, while adding a few new things, such as new characters and even some new ideas in terms of gameplay. In City Escape, you saw that we were grinding on rails. This is because, at the time, Sega actually had kind of a partnership with the company known as Soap. The Soap Company is known for making soap shoes, which have that little tiny ridge on the bottom of them, which allows you to actually grind on rails. Sega thought this was actually going to be a really cool idea, and so they used it for their signature character, Sonic the Hedgehog. And now, from this point on, grinding has been a major part of the series.
It all starts with this. A jewel containing the ultimate power.
The plot thickens.
That's the Chaos Emerald. Now I know what's going on. The military has mistaken me for the likes of you. So, where do you think you're going with that emerald? Say something, you fake hedgehog!
Chaos control!
Well, that was really flashy, and whoa!
He's fast! Hey, it's not his speed, he must be using the Chaos Emerald to warp.
Shadow. I'm the world's ultimate life form. There's no time for games. Farewell.
Shadow, what is
Well, darn. We just got arrested again.
Just let it go. You just don't know when to give up, do you?
What are you talking about? That emerald's mine. You got that? The Master Emerald contains special powers that neutralize the energy of the Chaos Emerald. That makes it very powerful.
What the?
What? Thief?
Look who's calling who a thief.
Good old Dr. Eggman.
They're following the signal from the emerald. If I'm not mistaken, this is the Master Emerald, is it not? Dr. Eggman.
So that's Dr. Eggman.
Well,
Yep.
I guess I can use it for something. I'll just take it with me. Farewell, knucklehead.
Not if I can help it.
That's actually a pretty good idea.
What was that all about? And look what you did to my emerald.
I did that to prevent the Master Emerald from being stolen, you idiot. If it's in pieces, I can restore it. And by the way, that's not your emerald.
Doesn't matter. I'll look into it once I get back to the base.
I despise anyone who takes jewels from me. All the world's gems are mine to keep.
Yeah, we'll see about that, Batgirl.
Alright, and so we have our second stage. Wild Canyon. That was a little weird. That was a little bit weird. Wild Canyon. Okay, so we're playing as Knuckles. Knuckles has returned from SA1 and has a very similar playstyle to how he used to play in SA1.
It's closer.
Like in SA1, you are hunting down pieces of the Master Emerald. However, it's changed a little bit. Instead of using Tikal to guide you to the different emeralds by saying this way and then leading you to the direction in which the emerald is, this game, you actually use these different little computer monitors. And with those computer monitors, they give you little vague hints saying approximately where the emerald location is. Oh, hey, we're getting close. This actually brings up a great point, is that the biggest change to the Knuckles, to the emerald collecting stages, is that the radar is different. The radar at the bottom of the screen does not tell you where every single emerald is all at one time. If it did, I would have been able to pick up that emerald and that second emerald shard immediately. But because they changed it up, I can only see one emerald at a time. So if I wanted to see the third where the third emerald was located, I would have to find the first and second ones first.
I found him.
All right, a little bit more than a minute and a half. That's pretty darn solid, actually. Alrighty.
Yeah, I feel good.
Sweet. So there are 3 different playstyles in this game. There are the speed sections, there are the treasure collecting sections, and then there are, well, you'll see in a second.
There's no mistake about it. This must be the island.
Hi, Tails.
It's a military base that is reinforced and super strong. It's called Prison Island.
How conveniently named.
I heard the news about it on satellite TV.
Ah, yeah, satellite TV. That's when you knew that you were one of the cool kids back in the early 2000s, is that you had satellite TV, back before everything used to be, back before everything made the change to HD, and also everything being on the internet.
What's Amy doing here? Doesn't matter. I have to help Amy because she's in danger.
That's a pretty solid reason for helping someone, because they're in danger. Then again, you can really help someone just because you want to. I mean, do you really? Heck, there are a lot of games that actually make a very solid point. Do I need a reason to help someone? Not necessarily. Alright, and now we are fighting Dr. Eggman! As you can see, Tails plays completely differently from how he used to back in Sonic Adventure 1. In this game, he uses a gigantic mech walker. So that is the third type of gameplay, is mech stages. I have to say, pretty darn cool in terms of concept. In terms of execution, pretty solid too.
This time I'll let you go, but the next time we meet, you won't be so lucky.
Yeah, Eggman, keep saying stuff like that. I don't care if you are the villain, I'll still beat you down every single time you show up. Haha!
Here on this island. I'm the one who should be asking that question. Don't you know it's dangerous here? I know, but I'm here to save my hero, Sonic. Again?
How exactly did Amy get onto a maximum security prison island? Did she like take a boat or something? I'm so confused. Whatever. I won't think too hard into it. Anyways, Stage 3, Prison Lane. We need to find the core of the prison and save Sonic. Alright, so I've already gone over exactly how Sonic and Knuckles play in Sonic Adventure 1. Tails, however, does not play the same. Press the A button to jump, and then press the B buttons to fire out little pellet shots. However, if you hold down the B button, you'll actually be able to lock on to enemies. If you lock onto multiple enemies at the same time, that'll actually help increase your score. Score in this game is determined on how fast you beat the level, how many rings you have at the end of the level, how many points, and also how many points you have collected or accumulated throughout the entirety of the stage. This includes destroying enemies, performing tricks, getting bonus points, collecting rings, destroying different pieces of scenery, like the wooden crates and things in the background, stuff like that. So yeah, definitely do as much as you can to increase your score and go for those A ranks. I'm not going for A ranks in this playthrough just because, well, I only do that on my free time. This isn't like a 100% playthrough, or it's not like a speed run or an all A rank run through. But it's just really, this is all for fun, and that's all we really want, right? It's just to have fun, right? That's why video games are awesome. You can't see it, but I'm giving you guys a thumbs up. Gigantic thumbs up and a nice big grin. Haha. So yeah, this stage actually used to actually give me kind of a hard time, because when I first played this game as a small child, I actually got stuck on this part. I originally picked Hero Side Story, and I thought, yeah, I'm gonna play as Sonic and Tails and Knuckles, and it's gonna be great. And then I got to this stage, and there was, it was earlier on in the stage, but there was one enemy that had the door locked, and I didn't understand the concept of locking on, so I just saw him, just floating there in midair beyond where I could go, and I was just so confused, so much so that I just stopped playing this stage, went over and played through a really good portion of the Dark Side Story, and then realized, wait a minute, I can lock on to enemies. Oh snap! And then I had to come back all the way to the hero story just so I could get on with the rest of the story, because I was a knuckleheaded little kid, so I didn't really understand everything. But hey, I'm older and wiser now, and honestly, it's just a fun thing to look back on, just because I realized, wait a minute, I was a goofball.
That was easy.
But yeah. Pretty average run through right now. Getting B's and A's. I mean, slightly above average actually, but yeah, I feel like this run through will go pretty darn smoothly.
Huh? Amy?
Keep your voice down. Have no fear. Amy Rose is here.
How'd you get here?
That's a good question.
Well, if you gotta know, I caught a ride with Tails. Are you sure you don't need my help? It looks like you could use it.
The reason I'm in here is because of that fake hedgehog.
Sonic is also voiced by Ryan Drummond. Ryan Drummond reprised his role as Sonic in this game, so he voiced him in both Sonic Adventure 1 and Sonic Adventure 2. Amy is played by Jennifer Douliard. I believe she played her in the first game.
What's all that writing on the wall anyway?
Knuckles is played by Scott Dreyer. Shadow is a new character to the franchise, and he is voiced by David Humphrey, who I thought did a really nice job for capturing the character. Tails is played by Connor Bringaz. I believe that's how you pronounce it. Dean Bristol reprised his role as Dr. Eggman. Very nice job. And the new character, the Batgirl that Knuckles ran into, is played by Lonnie Manila. So yeah, that's a good portion of our vocal cast right there for all 6 playable characters, and even Amy, who she's not playable in this game, at least not in the story. When Sonic Adventure 2 got its battle update, it was given an extra 2-player mode, and therefore you could actually play as various characters, who some of them we actually have seen before in Sonic Adventure 1. I'll not be showing the 2-player aspects of this game, but let me tell you, it's pretty fun, especially if you have someone to play with. So yeah, you can play as Sonic, Shadow, Amy, Metal Sonic even, for the 4 characters for the speed stages. There is Knuckles, the Batgirl, Tikal, and Chaos for the treasure hunting stages. And then there And then for the giant mech shooting stages, there is Tails, Dr. Eggman, Chow, and Dark Chow. Chows, I did not show the Chows in the first game, but Chows are like these little Tamagotchi creatures that you can take care of in this game by giving them different items, such as the little animals that you sometimes pick up in the stages, or the new item in this game called Chaos Drives. Chaos Drives do the exact same thing, except for they only raise one specific stat depending on what color they are, and they don't affect the overall appearance of your Chow immediately. So if you gave them an animal, let's say you gave them like a dragon or something, they would take on the characteristics of a dragon immediately, such as like horns or maybe a few claws, stuff like that. If you give them a Chaos Drive, it's more of a gradual change so that they change into the different types of Chow depending on what ability that you mastered in. So yeah, I won't be showing the Chows in this game either, although I definitely prefer the Chow Garden in Sonic Adventure 2.
Just made it.
But I really hope that at some point Sega decides to bring back the Chow Garden, because it's so much fun. So many people will agree with me on this one, and that they will agree that they've spent numerous, probably countless hours raising Chow. But yeah, that's enough about Chow, and so much so that I even skipped over the entirety of Metal Harbor. Metal Harbor was pretty darn cool, and we even got a power-up known as the Lightspeed Dash. In this game, it's a lot better because all you have to do is just press down the B button next to a trail of rings rather than having to charge it up like we had to in Sonic Adventure 1. But here we have Shadow, and we have a rivalry battle to the finale. It's not to the death because it's not that climactic. It's just like, it's kind of like, what's a good example? I can't think of anything, but trust me, we'll be seeing a lot more of Shadow later on. We're just getting a taste that these two are pretty much equal. Shadow only takes, what is it, 3 hits to defeat. I find the best way is to actually somersault into him, just because with this small platform and with some of the boundaries kind of broken, you can actually fall into the water, so I like to play it safe a lot of the time and just do a little tumble roll right at him instead of homing attack him, because if he jumps in the air and then I go flying off the screen, I'm probably going to land into the water and fall. But that was Shadow. We took care of him pretty easily, and now we have the next stage, Green Forest.
Shadow, what are you doing? Hurry and get back here right now before the island blows up with you on it!
Blows up? Wait, what? Dude, that is so not cool. Alright, Green Forest. This is a pretty solid stage, I have to say. How much of this stage have I actually played? I played Sonic Adventure 2 for a long time. For a lot of time, even. And I'm trying to think of which stage was actually the one I played the most of. Other than City Escape. Whoa! I almost died. Ah! Almost died there. I'm trying to think of what stage besides City Escape I've played the most of. It's actually pretty tough. I definitely have played the stage a lot, though. You have that feeling of just gotta go fast, and, well, you have a timer on there, so that just kind of helps prove the point of you gotta get out of there really quickly now. You gotta go fast. Wait, what? Darn it! Game, you have denied me my chance to get the Golden Beetle. Golden Beetles earn you more bonus points if you're going for any sort of high-ranked score. Gonna grab this and then home it. What? Dude, really? Seriously, dude? I homing attack you and then you hit me as I'm homing attacking you. I didn't even kill you. That's just, like, what the heck was that even? And now we have the Ancient Light. So, the Ancient Light is the same as it was in Sonic Adventure. You just have to hold down the B button, and then you'll have a charge up stage, and once Sonic stands back up, and I believe he'll say something like, ready, and once that happens, if you let go of the B button, your enemies, you'll do the homing, not the homing attack, you'll do the light speed attack, and yeah, that's really darn awesome, and it just decimates through enemy forces. Which actually brings up my next point. So in every stage, for every character, keep in mind there are 6 different characters, there is a power-up for each one of them in every single stage. Now, I know that I didn't show off the power-ups for Sonic in City Escape, or for Tails in Prison Lane, or even for Knuckles in what is it called?
Here we go.
Wild Canyon. I know I didn't show off their specific power-ups, but there's a reason for this. Some power-ups are absolutely necessary for you to actually beat the game. Some, however, are just bonus things. I will be showing off every single character's power-ups, either sometime throughout the story, or if I don't get them during the story, I'll then do a bonus episode in which I go to all the stages that have power-ups that I haven't beaten, and I haven't gotten those power-ups, and I will obtain them and then show them off for you. So I will make sure that I have every single one of the power-ups for every single one of the characters before the game is over. Just to let you know. With that said, we are now done with Green Forest. We got out before 8 minutes was up. Heck, we did it in just slightly over 3 minutes. And we got a solid B rank. Awesome.
Piece of cake.
And we have our 5th emblem. Emblems really just unlock different things in multiplayer and stuff like that. And just extra things. Fly away! And now we are in a mountainous region known as Pumpkin Hill.
This place sure feels haunted. There's no time to lose. I have to hurry and find the Master Emerald.
This is probably my favorite Knuckles stage, I have to say it. Yes, the Knuckles stages do take a long time to do. Yes, they're sometimes a little bit bigger than they need to be. But I do have to say, the aesthetics in this stage and the music really help build the tone. And I love it. I love the aesthetics of this stage. I like the Halloween-themed, kind of Twilight-esque feeling that I get with this stage. I mean, Twilight is in like the time of day, not the book series about vampires and werewolves. Twilight is pretty darn cool. I'm talking about the time of day, just because like the sun is starting to set. I'll just call it dusk to make it a little bit easier. But yeah, dusk is a very cool time of day for me, especially because I like to see a lot of the colors that blend in with the sky when the sun sets. Ow. But yeah, really nice time of day. It's not my favorite time of day. I like to see the sky being blue, but I do like dusk. I think it's a pretty nice time of day. Things start to cool off a little bit because it's starting to become nighttime, but just in general, dusk, twilight is a really nice time of day. I've said that enough already. I also really like the Halloween aspect of the stage. Halloween is my favorite holiday. I like to just experience everything that there is about Halloween. I'm not that big of like a horror game or a horror movie fan, but there are things about said movies that interest me. I mean, I'm slowly becoming a bigger fan of game series like Resident Evil and Silent Hill, not because that they're like the most fun games, but because like either their story is really good, or like just the feeling that you get about being in that specific situation is just really intriguing to me. So yeah, I really like Halloween things. Not necessarily horror-oriented things, but just Halloween in terms of, like, ghosts or vampires or werewolves or something. Like, it kind of helps reinforce one of the reasons why Castlevania is one of my favorite game series, is because it's all very mythology-based and Halloween-oriented, and I just think that's so cool. The other thing that I really like about this stage is the music. I understand that some people don't necessarily like the rap-oriented music that Knuckles has. I really like. I like it, actually. I may not fit 100% to his character, but I do like some of the music that does come out of Knuckles' stages and his side of the story. Especially this song. This is one of my favorite Knuckles songs, actually. I have this on I listen to it occasionally, and even some of my friends like to we just bust out into this song for no apparent reason, and it's such a blast to do, and I love it so much, and we laugh the entire time. It's great. Man, where is this emerald? At least I have a lot to talk about here. But yeah, this is my favorite Knuckles stage for the Halloween theme, for the music, the aesthetic, everything. But I will at least admit, this starts the trend that the Knuckles stages are a little too big for what they're worth. They're just a little too darn big. I forgot to actually mention that the stage is split up into mainly 3 different areas, each one involving the different mountains. There's Church Mountain, there's Pumpkin Mountain, and then there is Ghost Train Mountain. On Ghost Train Mountain, you can actually press different switches, which will rotate the different parts of the track for the train to follow, and the train will actually appear in different parts of the level depending on which switch you've actually which switch you have activated. The ghost that's following me, I think if he hits you, he either grabs onto you and doesn't let you go, and like you're immobilized for a minute, or sometimes they even actually they touch you and you lose all your rings. Like in Sonic Adventure 1, if you get hit, you lose all your rings, regardless of how many you have. However, if you do have, if you have any amount of rings between 1 and 20, you actually lose those rings, but you can collect all of them. If you have more than 20, then you'll lose all your rings, but only 20 rings will be around you to recollect after you get hit. If you have rings, you stay alive. It's really important, so just keep that in mind. It's a Sonic game after all, and I think, yep, we found our last Emerald Shard. Yay. 5.25 minutes, 5:15. That's about an average time for this stage. If I knew exactly where the emerald was, the final one, this probably would have been, I don't know, maybe a minute or 2 shorter, and would have probably gotten me about a B or an A rank, depending. The Knuckles stages, or the treasure hunting stages, are a little iffy on that.
Citizens of Earth, lend me your ears and listen to me very carefully. My name is Dr. Eggman, the world's greatest scientist, and soon to be the world's greatest ruler. Now witness the beginning of the greatest empire of all time.
I have a bad feeling about this. Star Wars, eat your heart out. So what exactly does he do? Oh no. Oh no. Oh jeez! He just blew up half the moon! This is so not cool! What am I gonna do? What am I gonna do? Find out next time on the next exciting episode of Let's Play Sonic Adventure 2 Battle. I'm Crimson Era, thank you very much for watching this episode, and until next time everyone, fare thee well.